When you arrive on solid ground, Namaste Yogis, I hope you don't forget what it was to live in a perpetual windstorm. Be gracious, for you don't know the weather patterns people are trying to survive. Namaste Yogis. It's Goga, kinda like yoga. 2 years in the game, 78 posters later, it is clear hip openers are the big boys or girls in yoga. From sitting ones, lunges, squats, goddesses, hamstring stretchers, including the inversions. With this foundation, I'm convinced that we are ready to take a 90-day journey towards the mother of them all. They call it hanumanasana, monkey, or as most of you know it, the splits. Enjoy the ride. Day number 38. So let's begin with the 30 seconds of jumping jacks. So if you feel this is too easy so that you can even jump higher, inhaling and exhaling as you jump, trying to keep your legs as wide as possible and make sure that you're landing on the balls of your feet so the heel stays off the ground as much as possible. Keep jumping, slowing down, stop the exercise, catch your breath. The next routine you're going to do some kick crunches. So with your right hand you kick and tap your left foot, and with your left hand you tap the right foot. Just trying to get some kick crunches going on here. Your back is as straight as possible, feeling that amazing core work that is going on here as you attempt to kick your hands as high as possible. This is also very good just to be able to work the hamstrings. You can see whether you can quicken. I'm trying so they can make a circle or a semicircle here, just be able to give you both sides of what the pose looks like. So we're doing this for 1 minute, so we have about 20 more seconds left here. Trying to complete the circuit, coming back towards the front, maybe take another right turn. Kick crunches. I love it because it's very good just to be able to fire up the core in less than 10 seconds. You literally feel it. Gently stop the exercise, take a rest. The next pose you're going to do for 60 seconds, we are going to do like some cardio. We are going to skip without a rope. So this is like definitely now becoming my least favorite routine in this split challenge. So let me drink some water here. So we start skipping without rope or an imaginary rope, or you can get a rope if you want. So for 60 seconds, let's try to get that blood flowing, heart rate going up. These are very good cardiovascular and entire body workout, by the way. When you keep skipping for a while, you'll start feeling the heart pounding as if it's almost going to come out of your chest. You can even make it fun. You can jump from side to side. I'm out in nature, so it just feels amazing. Trying to skip without a rope here. 30 more seconds to go. My heart is pumping hard. I can feel the sweat breaking. Just trying to create in that bit of heat. In yoga, we call that tapas. You're using amazing strength and effort to just be able to get here. Remember, warm-up is important before the split stretches so that you don't get injured. You need to protect yourself. 3, 2, and 1. Stop the exercise and take a bit of rest. Good. The next thing we are going to start our stretches. So we'll start with a few quad stretches. Exhale through the mouth, just to exhale that heat. And then we start with the first quad stretch on the left side. So grab your right ankle and so that you can pull your heel towards your left bum. So we're going to do this for about 30 seconds before we switch sides. And then you want the knee of the lifted leg to point down towards the ground the entire time. And then you're trying to keep your torso straight. Just be able to make sure that the chest is up. You're taking in breaths in nicely. When your torso is straight, you're able to allow breath to flow in naturally. And Then keep pulling that heel even more towards the glute, just to feel that nice quad stretch. And then release, we switch sides. So we're going to do a quad stretch on the right side. So now we grab our right ankle, we pull our right heel towards our right glute, just to be able to feel now that entire stretch on the entire right quadricep muscles here. And then you're grabbing that heel even more, pushing it more towards the bum, keeping a chest straight here, gazing forward. About 10 more seconds to go. Quad stretch, and then release. Get a mat, lie on your back. We're going to do a lying leg abduction. Take your feet up 90 degrees. With an inhale, you straddle your legs open. With an exhale, you bring them back in. Inhale, open, exhale, back in. So we keep doing this for about 40 seconds today. Straddle with an inhale, exhale, back in. Keep going. Just be able to find that nice straddle, feeling that nice stretch on the inner thighs here. Inhale, open, exhale, bring them back in. Maybe 2 last sets of this, and then gently release. Drop and lie on your right side. Find a wall. I'm just going to walk to the tree behind me here because I don't have a wall. Press your hands on the wall. We're going to do single leg swings on the right side. This should be able to actually stretch your inner thighs and hamstrings. And then you want to keep the leg flowing very smoothly, almost as if it's loose. It's like a pendulum, just swinging. So you just want to feel that nice stretch, especially on the hamstrings and the right hip flexors here. It feels nice actually doing this. And then when you're ready, so that you can release, so that we can switch sides. Good. Catch your breath here. So single leg swings on the left side. So again, press your hands on the wall or my tree in my case, and then start swinging the left leg. So I'm swinging the left leg here. Feels nice. And then you want to keep it very smooth, so you're not using so much force. So I'm even going to release one of my hands, just to be able to support myself just with one hand, the left hand. Keep the back as straight as possible, and then let the leg just swing nice like a pendulum, feeling that nice release on the left hip flexors here. Feels very good. Just feeling how the joints are opening right about now. That is 8 days, guys. It's not easy. Take a rest, come back to your mat so that we do the next exercise. So the next thing you're going to do, take your legs as wide as possible, bringing your feet parallel to each other. So you straddle your legs as far as possible, and then so that you can bring your fingertips down on the ground, feeling that nice hamstring stretch at the back of the legs. Gaze forward, keeping a flat back, maintaining it parallel to the front of the mat, or maybe just the ground, wherever you're practicing. And then so that you can bring your hands on the sides of the legs, or so that you can press your hands as much as possible on the floor, and just see what that looks like. If it's not working, just bring your fingertips and just keep a flat back, feeling that nice stretch. I'm trying to bring even some bit of movement here, just trying to see they can create a dance here just to make it more interesting. God, 1 minute can be so long sometimes in some of these stretches. So just stay here, trying to find in that bit of stretch on the hamstring once again. Maybe let me see if they can twist towards my right side, twist towards the left. This is now me just getting bored of counting the time. And then gently release, coming into standing, bend into one foot, coming to standing the top of the mat. Now, the next thing you're going to do, we are going to do a forward fold. So bring your hands to your hips, and then see that you can pull your belly in and then bow forward. And then see that you can release your hands down on the ground. And then you can either use a block just to be able to bring the floor closer to you. And then you want to keep your entire leg straight, so that you can grab even behind the ankles, just to be able to see that you can even find that deep stretch. So I'm staying here, just trying to be able to find that nice hamstring stretch. And then when it's possible, so that you can bow forward and even kiss your knee, So these are very deep forward folds. I'm just trying to fold my sleeves here for a bit so that you can see. If I grab behind my calves, I should be able to drop my head even lower, just to feel that entire stretch on the entire hamstrings. So just stay folded over, kissing your knee, rounding your back nicely. So when you bow forward fully, it's like you do this posture even when you are sitting down, as you'll see later, just to find that nice release on the lower back. Very good posture, by the way, for the lower back as well, as much as it's working on the hamstrings. And then gently release, shake those legs out, come into standing as we prepared for our side lunges. So from here, bring your hands to your heart center, and then so that you can lunge towards the right side, keeping the entire left leg stretched. Drop your hands down on the ground, keep your chest straight, gaze towards your left toes, which are flexed, just to activate that entire leg, powering the hamstrings here. Just be able to feel that stretch. Oof, inhaling and exhaling. And then so that you can find balance, anchor your focus on a point that is not moving and bring your hands to your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Otherwise, so that you can open your hands out and take ninja squat. Yes, channel the ninja that is in you, and then bring your hands down. Let's switch to the other side. We shift our way towards the left side, bringing our hands down on the ground, feeling that nice entire stretch on the entire right leg, feeling that nice stretch on the right hamstrings, and then channel the ninja that is in you. Ninjas are believed to be still. They operate with a lot of balance, almost no sound and drama, to achieve their mission. Then bring your hands down, release the ninja squat, release very slowly, coming into standing, and then find a comfortable sitting position. We start with our hands moving forward. Let's massage those hamstrings. So keep walking your hands forward, and then you come back into sitting. You start pressing the thighs, the knees, the shins as you walk your hands towards the ankles, and then you come back into sitting. So you keep doing this for a while, about 30 seconds. Just be able to feel that nice massage of the thighs and the spine, finding that nice stretch as you bow forward, come into sitting. So keep doing this for a while. Oof. I love this because it always makes at least the hamstring feel stretched when you keep pressing the thighs against the floor or the ground, just to be able to feel that stretch. Now the next pose you're going to do, so make sure that you anchor your glutes, so make sure you can pull your flesh out, and then so that you can grab the sides of your feet. And then from here we are going to inhale halfway lift, as if you're opening the chest, and then with an exhale, so that you can even bow forward a little bit more, feeling that nice stretch, a forward spine stretch. Very good for the spine, the lower back. You're also working the hamstrings concurrently in this particular routine. And just sit here for a bit, inhaling and exhaling. Oof. Breathing in and out, flexing your toes. And if you want more challenge, maybe you can bend your elbows and so that you can drop your head down. So it's literally what you are doing while you are standing earlier, okay? And then so that you can bow forward and just round your back nicely, feeling that nice gentle stretch. Keeping the toes active as much as possible. And then gently release, coming back into sitting. Take a rest. The next pose you're going to do, we are going to do a kneeling hamstring stretch. So now you're just going to make sure you anchor your sit bones, and then so that you can bend your right leg, and then bring the top of the ankle down and just bring the right heel next to your right buttock. And then from here, so that you can reach towards the left foot, and so that you can bow forward, feeling that nice stretch of the ankles. You can feel a quad stretch going on here because you're doing like a half quad here. And then you just keep reaching forward, just so that you can bow forward. And then when you're ready, so that you can bow forward and even kiss your knee. So you're working the back leg here, feeling that nice stretch and the entire left hamstring. Oof. Inhaling and exhaling. I love some of these yoga stretches because they just make your legs feel very nice and supple, after you're like done with them. And then it also like the spine is like feeling this nice gentle stretch. So it eases any lower back pain. If you have back problems, these are some of the things you want to start trying out. Just to be able to stretch the spine and give it some bit of mobility. Release, we switch sides. So straighten the right leg now, flexing the toes, bend the left knee, and then bring the left heel next to the left buttock, on the side of the left buttock. And then so that you can reach towards your right foot. You can even take your legs slightly apart if it's too much. Grab the sides of the foot or the ankle. You can even get a strap if you can't reach your legs. And then so that you can start finding that bow forward. Trying to keep the extended leg as straight as possible, and then so that you can bow forward, kissing your knee. Mwah! Some people like blowing kisses to their knees when I say that. So you want to bow forward. Trying to get that nice dome shape of the spine. Very good posture just to also work the spinal muscles here. Inhaling and exhaling. I'm getting towards my toes here. Ladies, if you need a pedicure, this is when you notice these kind of things. Or even men. Men go for pedicure nowadays as well. Yeah. It's unisex. Okay. Let me not be sexist here. So yeah. Just bow forward here for a bit. Then when you're ready, so that you can gently release the posture. The next posture you're going to do butterfly posture. So from here, say that you can recline butterfly rather. So say that you can bring the soles of your feet to touch, and then lie on your back. Bring your right hand on your belly, left hand on your chest. With the right hand on your belly, you're able to feel the length of your breath. With your left hand on your chest, you're able to feel the life force that is flowing through you, because you may probably feel your heartbeat. And then you want to feel that nice opening of the hips as you keep dropping your knees even lower. So today we are doing reclined butterfly. We normally do this while sitting. So you want to feel the hip flexors, feeling that nice, beautiful stretch here. And then keep letting the knees drop heavily towards the sides. You can even take your feet up towards your pelvis, just to be able to ensure that, they're also getting that deeper stretch, to make sure that the hip flexors are also getting that intensity of the opening. Because remember, the splits, it's literally just about mastering most of these hip opening asanas or postures. Breathing in and breathing out. And then when you're ready, say that you can release by bringing your knees to touch. Hug your knees to your chest, and then prepare for my favorite posture, frog pose. So take your knees as wide as you can until you get to a point where they are no longer moving. Please feel free to use a cushion. The grass here, it's a bit soft, so I'm not so worried. Take your knees apart, and then take your feet out into Charlie Chaplin. And then from here, start shifting your weight forward and back. Shifting the bum towards the back. When you shift the bum towards the back, you'll start feeling a very juicy stretch on your hips. And then when you're ready, so that you can bring your forearms down. Once you're able to bring your forearms down, keep bringing these gentle thrusts by pushing the bum even more towards the back. Frog pose. Feet are Charlie Chaplin, knees are above the ankles. The feet are pointing away from each other. So keep pushing these hips towards the back a little bit more, just to be able to feel that stretch. Hip openers like frog are crazy. They're the badasses when it comes to this yoga hip openers. And then maybe when you're ready, so that you can stretch your hands even forward and melt your chest even more towards the ground while in frog pose. And if you feel you want to come out of it, just remember, you can do this. Just stay in your forearms. May you just get that supernatural strength that you need. And then gently glide forward, bringing your belly down on the ground. Find your way back into sitting. and then straddle your legs as wide as possible. Take your legs out as wide as possible. I like using the edges of my mat just to be able to get this wide-legged fold. And then once you're sure that it's no longer moving, the legs are no longer moving, so that you can stretch towards the right, adjust accordingly. And then when you're ready, you want to feel those hamstrings feeling that nice stretch. And then so that you can bring your forearms down in front of you, just to be able to feel, that particular stretch. The idea is to say that you can bow forward here, but no, let's stay on the forearms today. Feel free to use a block or a cushion. I love this pose, especially when I have a bolster or a pillow. Just be able to melt my torso, on that pillow and just relax there for a while. Very restorative, by the way. And just stay here for a minute. And as I was saying earlier, one of my favorite teachers, Lala Delia, likes saying, may you be given that supernatural strength to follow through with the necessary assignments and the instructions in your life right about now. Now from here, see whether you can grab your big toes. So bend your knees, grab your big toes. We are going to do the balancing bear posture. So see whether you can stretch the right leg. So this is the one posture that demands you balance on your bum, finding that supernatural strength so that you can grab both legs and lift up. If you notice you are not balanced, adjust your bum accordingly and so that you can take the legs up. Again, you need to engage the core here. Look at me falling. Come back to center. Let's try one last time. Grab the big toes and so that you can stretch both legs, balancing on only your bum and your glutes. That is that strength that you need right about now as you get into the weekend. As you straddle your legs even more, deeper, opening the chest, engaging the core, drop your head back maybe, and just stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Release, cross your legs. Now take your left leg straight and then bend your right leg the way we did on the spine, on the hamstring stretch. And then we are going to do a dynamic half split side bend pose. So the left leg is stretched, and then you see that you can find a side bend on your upper body. Trying to draw a nice arch with your body, feeling an entire juicy stretch on the entire right side of the body here. Very good posture just to be able to also work the intercostal muscles here, feeling that nice stretch here. And it also stretching the hamstrings here, and then with your left hand you're grabbing your right knee, and then you rotate your chest open, gazing up towards the sky above you or the ceiling, whatever works for you here, finding that amazing supernatural strength to carry you through the weekend and work through those instructions in your life right now as you get ease into the weekend. And then gently release, and then so that you can bend the left foot towards the back, stretch the right leg fully, trying to bring it parallel to the mat as if you're doing like a middle split, and then so that you can lift the other hand up. So in this case, it's your right hand, take it up and then find that deep side stretch. You want to grab your big toe, and then you want to rotate your torso even more towards the sky or the ceiling above you, and just stay here, opening up into possibilities, strength, power. You can even keep making pulses. You can keep coming up and down, just be able to find that stretch. You can use a strap, just be able to make sure that you can reach your foot. Yoga is about modifying and not, overdoing it. You can just literally play easy. I'm just enjoying this side stretch on my entire left side. Oof. Release. Oof. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Namaste. Bye, guys.